What does your handwriting say about you?
Welcome to Good Mythical More.
You know, people can look at your handwriting and come to conclusions about your personality, your tendencies. And
Or they at least think they can.
my understanding about this, from the little bit that I seem to remember hearing someone talk about in the past,
Okay.
is that a lot of this is intuitive. So it's more of a boba kiki, what is it?
Yeah.
Boba kiki? It's more like that, so like you can look at somebody's handwriting and you might not be like be an expert, like, well, if it's leaning forward, it means this, or if it's leaning backward, it means this, and that kind of thing. But it's more just like you develop this like feeling because you're a human, and your intuitions can often be correct just by looking at someone's handwriting.
Well, we have some examples of a subreddit where people do just that. Let's see the first one. People post in r/handwriting and ask things like, what does my handwriting tell about me? Hey Reddit, what does my handwriting tell about my personality? The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Which is the sentence in English that uses every single letter of the alphabet, which is how people test pens a lot of times. Like you go into a pen shop, which yes, I have been, and that a lot of people have written that exact sentence. Now,
They didn't write their name because you don't want to give any other information, which is great.
Like I know for certain that this person isn't just a complete mess. You know what I'm saying? Like this person is not a mess. Like they've got, if your handwriting is that good, like you've taken some time at some point in your life to like learn how to write in a like pretty cool cursive way. Also, you're writing in cursive in this
You're older.
day and age.
I think that you are older than 45.
Okay, so here's why that might not be the case. Ever since I got into pens, I started going to these Reddit threads. And what I have found is that the young people who are into pens are trying to bring back cursive. And so while that's definitely true historically, there's more young people writing in cursive, like they're rediscovering it, especially the people who are going into the handwriting Reddit.
I don't know if we get the answer, but let's see what we do get in terms of comments here. You're really positive and you love coffee, and favorite dessert is cinnamon rolls. Cinnamon roll and potato fritters. I'm from India.
Okay, so it gets pretty specific.
So they do respond, and this Pushthink 928 is the handwriter, and was freaking out about just what happened here. Just vibing because it looks a bit like my uncle's writing, but this is definitely how you've always written, not something you practiced and learnt. You're maybe early 60s and you're quiet, a bit prim and proper, and fairly comfortable in a routine. Most of it is correct, barring the age. I'm in my early 30s, but I really appreciate the analysis. So this person, we were both wrong. They were under 45, but they didn't pick it up as a result of
They just know how to
handwriting
write in cursive, which some people still learn.
I get maybe in India.
I was gonna say it could be like an international thing.
Yeah,
to still be doing cursive.
Right. Because if you're learning English in India,
especially if it's a second language too, maybe that's just like part of learning English. Is there
big
still
G,
also teaching cursive?
G's and stuff.
yes. Anything else for this one?
No, that's it for this one.
Okay, we're gonna move on to trying to play this game ourselves.
We do have one. We do have another one from r/handwriting. If you want, a
Yeah,
little
let's
more,
just
we
see.
can
Let's see how this
warm
works.
up a little bit.
Yes.
Wow.
Can you tell anything about me? My handwriting hasn't changed at all since junior high. The quick brown fox jumps over a lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over a lazy dog in lowercase, uppercase, and cursive.
So there's some femininity to this. Is how it strikes me. And
Very neat, very organized. I think there's, a meticulosity to this.
even the fact that they did the 3 different things.
Thorough, very thorough. So this is the type of person that dusts their floorboards on a monthly basis. You know what I'm saying? That cursive is perfection.
It's nice. It's very nice.
That's what you That's what they tell you to do. That's what, when they have it and then you write it underneath when you're learning.
Another thing about this person, I think, is they probably are the kind of person that, like, if you're walking on a sidewalk and they're walking towards you, they move out of the way and they're like, excuse me.
So they're like a doormat, basically.
No, I'm just saying that they're very courteous.
And look how exactly parallel that pen is placed on the line. Like they're fastidious.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we shouldn't take information from that.
Rhett, what do you think of that pen in general? Is that something you have an
Well, that's the
opinion?
Optiflow from Staples. That's what we call a $1 pen. It's fine. It's like you got to have them in some circumstances. It's probably a gel situation, which is good, and you're going to want that more than a ballpoint, especially for your cursive writing.
How do you feel about licking the ball?
I don't. Never licked a ball in my life.
Because you can't reach it.
Yeah, I've tried.
Let's see the comments. I can assume with great certainty that you have economic stability to at least buy a $2 pen. I will assume with less certainty that you are neat, organized, patient, and detail-oriented. The special capital A letter also tells me that you are not very fond of fish and sour sweets. I may have accidentally pocketed said pen from work. I am only organized at work. Everything else is sheer chaos.
Interesting.
But I do despise fish and sour things.
Yeah, we got to get more specific. We can only do that once we start playing the game where we got somebody who can respond to our accusations. But, okay, I like this. It's like palm reading. If this offensive, do let me know. Just looking at the writing, you like to have control and stability in your life. If you are disrupted, there might be a chance you'll fall hard. But since you are stubborn, it's easy for you to stand back up. 100%.
Yep, it is like palm reading. All right, let us try our hand at some crew members' submitted handwritings.
For all of these, we did ask them to write the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
Okay.
3 ways.
And yeah, the lazy dog jumped a bone in the river, and the river held many bones, which
Yes.
held many stories.
Yes, 3 ways.
Okay, so
Again, we're going cursive here.
there's not.
And this is someone who works here?
Yep.
They didn't
Well, they're
spend a lot.
employed here. I'll say that much. I don't know who it is.
They didn't spend a lot of time with this. They just kind of did it.
So in their defense, some people just can't write pretty no matter how hard they try.
It's not ugly. It's very legible for quick cursive.
I think it's really good cursive. It's way better than my cursive. I'm just saying that, like, I don't know if this person slowing down would make it look that much neater than that. Because when I slow down, it gets worse.
Yeah, don't overthink it. This person doesn't overthink anything. They just kind of go for it. She does not own a dog. I can tell by the way that dog is spelled that she does not own a dog.
I wouldn't be able to tell that she wrote, if it's a she, wrote river in the second and third sentences if I didn't know what those sentences were already.
Yeah, it could be MMM.
She's
Yeah,
not
it's like
very-
when I
yeah.
get an old letter from, like, I see a letter from my grandparents and I can't understand anything they've written in cursive.
But
'cause-
you know they love you.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
I want to get more specific. I believe that this person has ridden a horse at least 20 times in their life. This is not a situation where you've done it one time at a camp. This is where there was like an extended period of time where there was horse riding, or there was a location where you went to where you would ride a horse. Like, yeah, every year, and probably about 20 times.
Do you think they had a horse, or do you think they just went and rode a horse?
Having a
'Cause that
horse
feels
is
different.
Having a horse is tough. You know, like actually owning
Because you
a
really
horse,
need to have more than one horse because they're social beings. I will add to that and say that when it comes to one-off events, there's a 50% chance of her being late. 50% of the time she's late for things that aren't routine.
Okay.
So you do think it's a woman.
No, I didn't say that.
You've both been saying her.
Well, yeah, I'm being facetious. I said she a whole lot. Yes.
Do you have a guess as to who it is? Or honing in on like a department?
I don't want to overstep.
I do want you to oversell it.
Okay, I think this person is artistic.
Okay. I think a lot of people here would say they're autistic, even if
Okay.
they're not in the artistic
I'm going to say
departments.
this is Sarah.
All right.
It is.
Good job.
How did you know
It is
that?
Sarah.
Because James said that Sarah had a mic.
He spoiled it.
Everyone else is going to go over and talk on this mic, but I did hear James say that like Sarah didn't have to move. I was
Okay.
like, oh, well, Sarah's going to be one of these people. But I didn't know that Sarah was this one.
Yeah.
I
it's
didn't
mine.
know that.
What about the horse?
I didn't know anything.
It's interesting because you got a lot of things, right? I do not own a dog. I am a she. But I am actually afraid of horses.
Because you've ridden them so much.
No, because they're really large animals and they're very scary.
I think this is your sign to start riding horses.
Maybe.
You know, you need to all line up.
What about the being late for things?
You are extremely correct in that. I am late to more than 50%.
More than 50%.
Of
That's what I said.
any event I need to attend to.
I was.
Telling me.
So everything I said was completely correct.
That's
well,
right.
somebody
Tell me-
did mention something about overthinking. I overthink every last
I
aspect
said
of my
that you
life.
didn't overthink.
Okay,
I
so you were
overthink
wrong
everything.
about that.
I was.
You should have stopped short. So tell me about the cursive of it all, because I'm just going off of. I just had this impression that people aren't doing cursive anymore.
I do this because it's fast. Like it's not good cursive, and I
Is
accept
faster.
that, but
Cursive is so much faster.
I think it's.
You don't have to pick
pretty-
up the pen.
I think it's pretty good.
It just kind of, it's like water. It just, there you go. When I write, and I don't usually write in cursive now because something about I don't know, I just don't like to write.
something about the writing of it all. I don't like writing.
I'll usually print. When
I
I
think-
went to college, did you have to take the engineering communication class? They taught you how, like drafting and stuff like that, and they taught you how to write in all caps so that it was completely legible.
For like blueprints and stuff.
And then that started to mess up my world a little bit.
At some point, I went to print because I don't know, something happened to my hand. I mean, I've tried to do cursive, but it is not anywhere near as good as yours, which I do think is pretty good.
But mine? Oh, but I think I would recognize your handwriting, which hasn't changed since.
No, my print,
Middle school.
my little
Your print has not
handwriting
changed.
Has not changed.
Let's see another. No worries, James. I mean, I could have just taken the credit, but instead I threw you under the bus. It's fine. So,
This is very fonty.
is this digital?
Scanned. Yeah, this was one that was scanned.
But it was handwritten
Handwritten.
on
and
a
scanned.
on a digital pad.
No.
I think it was probably written on a dot notebook.
You know, you can scan things like with your phone, just like in Notes app.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Pretty bold. You're going bold. Like you're choosing a bold pen, almost a marker, to write this. So this is a person that has a lot to say. You know, they got a lot to say.
It is very font-like. I think this is
It's pleasing.
an. So you think this is a writer? I think this is a.
You know, I think this is someone
Another
in the-
graphics
in the
person.
visual. This is a person in the visual arts.
Look at that G.
The G is immaculate. It looks like a Q.
It's so fun.
I don't see a G. Where's a G?
Lazy dog.
There's two on the second line.
Oh,
Lazy
that's
dog, lazy
crazy.
dog.
Why does it do? It's a lightning strike.
So, okay, getting into a few of the details here. If you'll notice, like, look at the word bone, right? That's actually a combination of print and cursive. So the B is print, and then one is written, O-N-E is written just as it would be written in cursive. If you look at river, the R and the I are print, but the V it begins as print, and then the E and the R almost become cursive. Many down on the bottom, the same thing. Like we're starting with print and we're moving into cursive.
This
so this
is
person is
somebody
very
who's
efficient.
in an interracial relationship.
Okay. Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking.
This is comic book.
This is
font.
making connections, right?
This is like
This person is. I'm just saying, this person doesn't waste. Like they got something to say, and they don't waste a lot of time.
This person likes to take pictures, but they're not publishable. It's more of just a hobby. All right.
Hold on,
But they own it. But they own a camera.
yeah. And they use the camera that's not their phone camera.
Yeah, I'm not gonna overstep. So,
But I'm going to overstep just a little bit about horses here, just because I want to figure out this person's relationship with horses. This person, this is not a heavy horser, okay?
yeah.
This is not a heavy horser.
Are you talking light
But
horse?
this is not this person is not scared of horses either. This person
Horse girl.
admires horses.
Is this a?
Nope. This person has ridden a horse 3 to 5 times in their life. 3 to 5. Okay, so it's like, yeah, if I have the opportunity to ride a horse, I'll do it. But I'm not actively seeking to ride horses.
Okay.
Maybe like a city person, but like when
A
the,
city
when the
person,
occasion
but
arises.
the horse, yeah.
So, who is this?
Any guess as to who exactly it is?
No guess because
James didn't.
I don't know who
Can you sum
anybody's.
up?
I don't know the race of who anyone is dating. That's not something I take interest in.
Right, yeah. It's not even something he would mention, really. He wouldn't even bring it up out of the blue.
I don't ask employees what race of the people they're dating.
Yeah. It's not a topic of discussion.
But I think we may have to do that now.
Yeah.
All right, I'll send out a Slack. But this one was by.
You don't want to guess at all, even with the photos comment?
Oh, it's Chappie!
I thought that meant you got it.
So you own a camera,
Mm-hmm.
and you do take photos here professionally.
And they are published.
And they
And they are
published.
published, so
because they're published
Every
on a
day.
regular basis.
I was wrong
pretty
about
much every
that.
day.
I was wrong about that. Why don't we just talk about the horses?
Well, yeah. How many times have you ridden a horse?
I don't know, but I did go to a few sessions of Girl Scout camp where there were horses, so probably more than 5 times.
Okay, but a handful.
And
I
you
do
did
admire
ride the
them.
horse.
Yeah,
You didn't turn it down.
no.
See, I feel like when we read the thing that you wrote for you wrote a story that we
Oh.
read, and that was handwritten.
Actually, no, that was in my notes app.
Oh, it
You're talking
was?
about the jellyfish.
Yeah,
1,000
that was Notes
words
app?
In the newspaper.
in the newspaper prop.
Okay. Okay. You know, I mean, I don't want to ask.
Have you worked to come up with this handwriting?
Chase,
Like the
Chase,
the
you should
fun G?
ask.
Oh, I don't really write my G's like that anymore, but there was definitely a time, and I thought that'd be more interesting to talk about, so I included it this time.
So
But
you reverted to your old G.
yeah,
this.
I've changed my Y's a few times. Like there's 2 different Y's in here.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I have fun. You know, when you write,
Yep.
you want to like what you look at.
We can
change
move
that
on,
for
unless, Chase, you have any other questions.
No, sorry.
Not about-
This is your show, not mine.
No, but I mean, is there anything you want to ask Chappie about
I'll
Dating.
I'll offline with them. Yeah.
dating?
No, I'm all right.
I don't mind. I don't mind asking.
I mean, I am
Carney?
an interracial person.
Okay.
Oh, you're interracial. So everybody you date is in an interracial relationship with
yes,
you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
It's in the handwriting.
I didn't want to force it. I also didn't want to give Carney the satisfaction of asking you.
I had a very nice way of asking it.
What would that have been?
I was going to ask if Chappie believed in racial harmony.
Oh, okay.
On a personal level, on a molecular level.
I think that probably applies to everyone here. So.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that would have gotten to it.
I don't think that would have really narrowed it down.
But hey, I'm vindicated.
Yeah, you saw something there, Link. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Next. Oh, okay. Look at
This person is an overachiever. They wrote it 4 different times. They showed us that they can do 2 different types of cursive,
come on now.
2 different types of print. I mean, what are you trying to prove?
I mean, look how quaint that lower right print is.
And what is this stationery?
It's just storybook printing.
It is very satisfying to look at good handwriting.
In almost all of the eyes, it's like a little circle that this person drew.
Yeah, it's
Very pleasant.
illustrative.
Yeah, I think that's like one of the reasons why I don't have great handwriting is I just want to go kind of fast to get out my thoughts. And like this took care. Each
I
one of
frustrate
these
myself as I'm writing.
This is, I mean,
Great.
super rigid elementary school teacher vibes.
This person is not late.
Never.
This person sees being late as an offense.
This person is not early either, but precisely on time. This person is, this person
Like
arrives
Gandalf.
early, sits in her car, and waits to enter the door right as the clock strikes the time that she thinks is best to be there, which is 3 minutes before.
This person had a strict bedtime. Like the parents were like, 9 o'clock, you're in bed.
This person was never punished
And they
by
didn't
her
argue.
parents.
They didn't argue.
Because she punished herself.
Yeah, she didn't need to be punished.
This person does not like butter.
This person
Is Brittany.
is Brittany?
All right. Brittany?
No, it's not Brittany.
Oh, it's Kaylin.
Aha. You had a bedtime, right?
No. I think that like half of what you said was correct. Like the butter comment, I actually don't like butter. That's really surprising. But yeah,
Yes.
no, I'm not as meticulous as it seems. Like the top left is my typical handwriting, and then the bottom left is like when I'm feeling like doing cursive. And then the top right is if I want to do cursive that's like fast, like if I want to write stuff down really quickly. And the bottom right was just for fun. I was like, oh yeah, I wonder if I could write like how they teach you in elementary school. And so I don't hardly ever write like that, but it was just to test it out with this prompt.
Wow.
I'm also, I don't like being late, but I often am.
I think one of the things that we're finding, and it's from yours and also one of the ones earlier, is that my instinct was to take somebody who does a really good job with their handwriting and to say that this is representative of them having like everything else, like, oh, they're always on time or whatever. And what it seems a pattern that is emerging, at least in our small anecdotal sample today,
Yeah.
is that people are working out their personalities in their handwriting. That they're like, oh, here's something I have complete control over. I'm going to dominate it. But I'm still going to be a little bit late sometimes.
Okay.
Is this theory working?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Or just tell us about your dating life.
I don't know. I feel like in a way my handwriting seems kind of cartoony to me actually.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I do have another script that I did not put in here just
Good, because we couldn't handle another one.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just like kind of what Chappie was saying, that it's sort of fun to be creative with it.
You're expressing yourself through your handwriting.
Writing can be fun.
It can be.
Sign up for Mythical newsletters now and get 10% off your first order at mythical.com.